It's pretty hot and it's late in the afternoon. I've had my lunch and I was craving a little something sweet. So I made a mango milkshake. Just a half a mango and some milk. I know, lactose intolerant and milk sugar, but I love milk and it's very difficult for me to let it go. In my defense, I have not added any sugar, so that is a plus. I only have milk sugar and fruit sugar, not the actual sugar. Um, there are things in life which cause us to be upset uh, and pressurized within our minds, right? And those could also trigger our biological conditions. Um, for example, let's say you had a narcissistic parent, and maybe it was already running in your family. It is a hereditary problem, by the way. PCOD is hereditary. So maybe a mother of yours, a mother of the only mother you have of yours, has this condition, or even your grandma. Uh, and on top of it, one of the family members is narcissistic. Now that will build up pressure in us. You know what happens in children when they are stressed, right? You will see that a lot of people who are stressed, they eat a lot, especially fast food, especially sugar and food that comfort their mind. Carbohydrates is basically for the brain, right? They say the most intelligent people love carbs, and people who go to gym, they go to the gym, they eat a lot of proteins, so their brains are smaller, they think lesser. I mean, those are the thought processes. uh, but yeah, and also, if you don't eat don't have the sugar, the crystallized sugar, the processed sugar, or even jaggery, for that matter, you don't need to have those ingredients. You will find sugar in nature, right? Like mango is sweet. Of course, you need to pick the right mango. You don't want to pick a raw, sour mango, right? Um, so pick the right mango, a right one which is sweet. You can, if you're strict about not using milk, then yeah, you can just make a juice out of it, blend it. If you have a blender, your life is sorted. You can blend so many things and you can just, have them, and they're so beneficial for your health. So I am really glad I have a blender in my kitchen. So, guys, that is why I say that PCOS is not limited to a biological condition, it is actually very psychological. In fact, many doctors say from the research I've done that it is the pituitary gland in your brain, in your head, that actually releases or sends messages to the brain or to the body that this has to be released. Not to the brain, to the body, it releases that this has to be released at this time, and that is what even defines our menstrual cycle. Uh, so when the pituitary gland, oh god, so difficult, the pituitary gland is in trouble, is not functioning properly, that is when it does not send the right signals. So you need to look at the health of the pituitary gland, right? What will suit it. In many cases, omega-3 fatty acids are very useful. There was a tablet I used to have in the middle, even that was supposed to be very good for the brain. in the pituitary gland. So omega-3 fatty acids definitely, but more than anything, I think it is what is being the nutrients that the gland needs, and uh, the the clarification. I think there is a block, in my opinion. This is my personal opinion. The reason why the pituitary gland is not able to send messages properly to our ovaries to have the right cycle is because it has some stress, it has some block, and that is causing the androgen levels to high. Androgen is basically a hormone that is supposed to be higher in males. Now, even women have androgen levels, even and in fact, men also have estrogen and progesterone. Oh God, progesterone, yeah, progesterone. Hmm. Learning all these technical terms to explain to you. Yeah, so even men have progesterone in them, but because they are men, their male hormones are higher, which is androgen. And if it is higher in us, in women, then we will show symptoms or signs of male characteristics. It could be in our behavior, it could also be in our features. So I think one way to do it is first you relax and you need to acknowledge and identify whether you have been in a traumatizing situation. And honestly, I don't doubt it. People who have PCOS would have had at least one traumatizing uh, incident or other, at least one. Um, and it's I mean, I can't be happy about it, neither should I be sad about it, because see, it is part of life, everybody is different, everybody has some problem or the other. Some people have psychological issues, some people have physical issues, some people have emotional issues, people have, I don't know, God knows, political issues. I mean, this is and you are not alone, right? You're not the only one on earth. You're not one out of 8 billion people who has this condition. There are at least a million people who suffer from PCOS or hirsutism. So we should not feel that we've been, I don't know, we've been targeted or something of that sort. It might be, I mean, honestly, I think of many things and many of them sound true to me. It is how evolution was supposed to be, I guess, Women were supposed to reach this place. More and more women were supposed to uh, reach uh, a saturation point where they cannot have children, babies anymore. And probably it is time for the humanity to end. Maybe that is why all of this is happening. Just like the dodos died in Mauritius, right? And many other extinct, the mammoth or the saber tooth, they could not reproduce anymore. That's why they died, and maybe of cold or old age. But the point is, they could not have more children, right? And that is what is probably happening to us also. Having said that, we should always try to look at things on the brighter side, and we are humans, our brains are so gifted. uh, we can change our own situations, we can change our own circumstances. That is why we are at an advantage compared to other animals on this planet who do not have a choice. They have to be born, grow up, hunt, eat vegetables or plants, reproduce, mate, reproduce, and die. They don't create infrastructure like us, they don't innovate like us. So we are gifted that way, and that means that we have the ability to change our own structure even. Our brain is very powerful. They say we hardly use 1% of our brain. Imagine if we use even 2%, right? um, so yes, with that, keep yourself healthy, make healthy choices, and don't forget to give yourself 5 minutes a day. Always close your eyes, talk to yourself, ask yourself, how are you? How are you feeling today? How was the mango shake? Wow, yummy, satisfied me. Do you want to have more sugar? uh, no, no more sugar. Yeah. And be nice to yourself, and things will automatically be better. Honestly, anyone who is not nice to you, you don't need to be nice to that person either. Okay, starts with you though. You should be nice first. But if that person is not nice to you, you don't need to be nice. No. Choose yourself over others. Why should you be nice to others if they cannot be nice to you? Right? If they don't understand your value, that's their problem. You're good. Okay. Right. So with that, I will see you in the next video.